Hello, Robin here from esctoday.com, and as I said a moment ago, this is one of the few people in the world that doesn't have to introduce himself because he is the Eric Saade.
Yay.
Or how many times does your name get pronounced incorrectly, and does it sometimes irritate you a little bit?
Nah, to be honest, I don't care. But of course, it's kind of it's kind of funny when they do it right because it's so odd because they never do.
How close is right and wrong?
Yeah, no, it's Saade.
So there is a slight gap.
Yeah, exactly. You need to pronounce it with a double A. So yeah, Saade.
I was looking at the fact that you've been performing in some way, even as a kid, for over 20 years now, since you're about 3.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I was kind of like, I always wanted to be on the stage. I wanted everyone's attention when I was a kid, and then I started to sing when I was 6 years old, actually, at my mother's wedding. And since then, my relatives and my brothers and sisters, they always told me to sing every time we had a party or something.
I was wondering, before you were born, did your mother say that you were a kicking child? Were you always like a mover?
No, actually, she said that I was pretty calm as a child. I was always calm. I was so focused on everything. So I don't know how that come actually, because to be honest, I think that I was pretty weird and pretty up in the air all the time. But she said that I was pretty calm.
Okay, but you've been pretty. You need to be a hyper person to do what you do.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I love it too much to not be hyper. So I guess that's why.
When you look at your biography, they title you different things. You're a singer, you're a TV presenter, but you're more than that, because to do what you do, your songs, certainly the ones in Eurovision and Melodifestivalen, are up-tempo. You have to be able to sing and move at the same time.
Yeah.
Is that an art that you have to learn?
Yeah, of course. I mean, singing and dancing, you just have to accept that you can never do it to the fullest. If you can never sing to the fullest if you dance, and you can never dance to the fullest if you sing. You have to just accept that if you want to do this, you will have to do it like 50-50, 50% singing, 50% dancing, and it will never be perfect. When you can do that, that's when you get good, because you just need to accept the fact that you can't do it perfectly.
I'm almost disappointed that you only have this moving podium. You don't have glass breaking. You don't have the water, which is a very clever. That was something quite not just unusual, but for you to get wet every time you did that rehearsal. I mean, those are crazy idea. Who thinks of things like that? Are you involved in that creative process?
Yeah, that's actually only me. I did it all, and it's the same thing with Sting. That this was my idea from the beginning, with the drop in the beginning and the silhouettes, and then the platform, because it's all about presenting a song to the fullest, and do it the best way for the song. And this song is all about happiness. I'm teasing another guy in the lyrics, and it's like but I'm doing it with a smile, and that's why I wanted to get out in the audience to get a party going. And the only way to get out in the audience is to be above them. So that was the only way to do it. It was to actually fly.
When I was listening through your songs, are they all in English apart from the charity song, which I was going to try and pronounce it? So it's Du är aldrig ensam.
Yeah, you're never alone.
Okay. Talar bara lite svenska. So I'm just trying to practice a little bit.
Yeah, cool.
So is that the only song that you've sung in Swedish?
Yeah, so far. But in the future, who knows? I might do a Swedish album too. That would be fun. But I think that I'm a better songwriter in English. I don't know why, actually. That's pretty weird.
Do you think in English?
Yeah, I think in English. Sometimes you don't find the words because you speak Swedish all day. But when I'm in London, it takes me about 2 or 3 days. Then I'm pretty fluent because I think in English that much because of my line of work. So I don't know. I'm almost better writing lyrics in English than in Swedish.
Well, I think Swedish tend to be almost more perfect in English than the English. You say music and we say music. You wouldn't necessarily say it that way, but it's so perfect that you expect the Swedes to be not, well, bilingual at least.
Okay.
And you are obviously naturally. Yeah. So how about the future? You've said that you want to try and alter your music to the R&B, to the hip hop. Is that just one branch you want to follow, as well as keeping what you do very well at present?
Actually, I'm going more funky pop, to be honest. Like Sting is a pop song with some funky influences, with the saxophone, trumpets, and the mid-8 part is pretty funky. So I want to do funk pop, and my upcoming album, which I've been working on for some time now, is pretty funky. So it's going to be a lot of fun.
Is that close to being released?
I think I'm going to release half of the album before the summer, and then the full album after the summer.
As in singles from the album?
Single, an EP actually, and singles, yeah. And that's going to be pretty funky.
Because the singles chart isn't a big thing in Sweden anymore.
Singles chart, yeah, I mean it's a Spotify chart and the iTunes, of course, and then you go to the radio channels. But I mean, albums, you don't do a lot of albums anymore. That's pretty sad. But I'm gonna do it anyway.
You do tours, and you do them very well, and you do long tours as well.
Yeah. I'm going on tour in Sweden too this year, and hopefully with this music that's coming out now, I think that's gonna work better international, and hopefully it's time for me to go to England, Germany, and actually conquer that market too.
I'll finish in just a moment because I'm taking quite a lot of your time. But two things I was curious about. One is one of your tours was in France.
Yeah.
Have you got a following in France?
Yeah, I was in France. I had a little show and I had a promotion trip, whatever you call it, and that was a lot of fun. I have a lot of fans over there, yeah, and. I think they're just waiting for the new music, to be honest, and hopefully I can get over there again, and if the music works over there. You never know, today with the social medias and the internet, you always go where the music takes you. And if one song gets big in France and another song gets big in Germany, that's when you go. So hopefully this music will work. You never know.
I thought the last interesting fact from all that I read was it's not just Yohio that has a Japanese connection, because Popular was released in Japan as well as, I mean, many countries. But did you get any feedback from Japan?
Actually not. I've never even tried Japan, like going there or promote myself or anything. We never did that. We should do that, actually.
It was an oddity to have it released there.
Yeah, exactly. But we never tried, actually. So.
Sweden is the big market anyway for you, and long may it last.
Scandinavia, I would say Norway and Sweden. Actually, I think I get played more on the radio in Norway than in Sweden. So I got those two countries so far. But my dream is to have a number one in Germany this year. So we'll see. And if I get a number one in Germany, then I will have a number one in England too. Like basically because they always cross over. Like
you never stop, do you?
I never stop. I'm just gonna keep going forward.
Incredible. Just don't burn yourself out. I mean,
no. I'm having fun.
Yeah, it's great.
You only live once. That's the motto.
And you're only 24 and you've got a lot of living yet to do.
Yeah, that's true that.
Well, listen, thank you very much for your time. It's a pleasure to meet you. Oh, that hand.
Thank you.
And I wish you your number 10 in the performance order.
Last time, actually, when I won with Popular, I was number 10 then in the final two. So that's my lucky number. We'll see.
Well, I wish you good luck.
Cool.
And tack så mycket.
Thank you. Tack så mycket.
I look forward to the performance on Saturday.
Cool. See you then.
Okay.
All right. Have a nice one.
Okay.